All right, what's up, y'all? Your boy is back with another one. It's going down one more time, y'all. Excuse the mess back here. We were actually in the process of moving, so we kind of got stuff everywhere. We're just doing a little cleanup, condensing, throwing stuff away, all that stuff. But anyways, this video is actually in regards to both the Regal and the Caprice. So what I decided to do is I've heard a lot of good things about these PRV audio speakers. And these are just the mid-range speakers, and they're speakers that I don't have in my Caprice or my Regal, really. And so I wanted some good mid-range speakers. And from what I've heard about these and doing some research, and there's actually a guy on YouTube, Life with Speed or something like that. I'll have to get it. Maybe I'll put his link in the descriptions. But he does awesome reviews on speakers, man. I'm serious. It's like, I mean, he literally takes all different kinds of speakers, tweeters, all kinds of speakers, man. Subs, mids, high ranges, everything. And he basically puts them in a battle. And he has like, hooks them up to a stereo system, and he has like buttons. And what he'll do is he'll push the button and it'll play one speaker. And then he'll go to the next speaker and push that button, and he'll basically compare them right next to each other, man. And it's awesome, man. It's actually really helpful, and it helped me actually nail my decision down to these. And for the cost, man, and the way that they sound, you can't beat it. I mean, these were 35 shipped or something like that. And these mid-ranges, these are 8-ohm ones. These mid-ranges were getting pretty low. I actually had to find one only on Amazon, and I went to eBay and they had one, and I was trying to get them here before the weekend, and they ended up coming before the weekend. So that was really good. But anyways, I'm sure you guys have heard of these. Pretty good size magnet on these as well. And yeah, I think they're going to be really good. So what I was thinking about doing is putting these ones in the Caprice. Sorry, man, I have nowhere to set these, so you guys are going to have to look at what type of food I eat. But let me see if I can take it out the package. So this is it right here. Basically, it just looks like a little mini 8-inch subwoofer pretty much. But there's the specs on it. 100 watts RMS. 200 watts programmable power, 400 watts peak, 8 ohms. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these ones and the Caprice inside of my console, my center console. And I'm going to take the ones out of my console out and put those in these. So I picked these up off a Turbo Regal forum, and these are pretty spendy, and you get them like with a raw finish, and so you pretty much have to paint them, and then I think you have to cut them out and then make your own holes as well. There might be a company that might make them so you could just drop them right in, but I wasn't sure. But they're like 150, 170 bucks, something like that, somewhere right under there, 150, $200. And I got these. He gave me these 100 shipped. So it wasn't too bad, and they're painted, but I'm going to have to repaint them anyway. But it looks like they're probably in a Grand National. But the weird thing about them is they're kind of off size. I guess they fit a 6 1/4? 6 1/4, not a 6 1/2. So what I think I'm going to do, which was like really weird because I tried to look for 6 1/4 speakers and there just wasn't a whole lot out there. I think there was like maybe Rock for Fosgate made one, and I think one other company did. And this is a 2-inch tweeter, so I'm gonna have to buy some tweeters. But my speakers in my Caprice are 6 1/2s, but I think the hole is somewhere right around 5 1/2 or something like that, 5 1/4 or something like that. And that's pretty much the width of this hole here. And I think the speaker itself is about 6 1/4, and it should fit in here. Even the rim on it should fit right inside here. And I think what makes it like that full 6 1/2 is probably the cover around it, because I did some research on that too, and I think it should fit inside of there. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to figure out something else. So, and then I'll just use those speakers that I have in my console, I'll use those for another project that I'm thinking about doing for the Caprice as well. So we'll see. But those infinities that are in my console right now should fit in those, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do right now is go to my Caprice, take those infinities out, and I got to do a slight modification to the console as well because I have to finish installing the tablet to make the tablet work, and then we'll go from there. So just stay tuned, y'all. Alright, y'all, so I got the console out. This is actually the side piece that sits along the console. So if you were to look at it, well, this would be the other side, but basically it sits along the console there and covers that part that you can't see, to keeps it really clean, streamlined, and looking flush. I got this one off because I had to cut the hole bigger here, as discussed earlier, and I'm gonna have to do the same here. This was a little bit of a challenge just because the opera light is still on there. I still got the upholstery on there as well, and I had to make an outline of the hole that I wanted to cut, and I didn't have a template actually made, so I had to use this that actually came inside the packaging, inside the box. But it actually worked great because it was the exact hole that I needed to cut. It just made it a little bit challenging because the hole isn't true, so I had to try to do it as best as I can. So as you guys can see, the hole isn't great, but the good thing is the speaker will cover that and you won't be able to see it. And I think also these holes, the mounting holes, will work perfect. So I think I cut those pretty dang perfect, and hopefully those will work. So I just have to make sure that I cut them pretty similar on here as well. So this will be a little bit easier, it should be, since I don't have any upholstery on it, and I can kind of just make that circle and take my time. What I'll probably do is just go ahead and use this as my template on that. I'll probably just screw it in on one side, and then I'll just make the circle, use my pen and make the circle to outline it on that, and then that should line up pretty good. Other than that, I do have to enlarge this right here because this is where my charger sits in, and the charger that I got, the hole doesn't really line up, so I'm gonna have to cut it out here and maybe even a little bit further in, but that should be fairly easy. So these right here are like little bumpers, so they're bumpers for spacers for my iPad, so the iPad can stick out and sit flush along the edges here. I have little edge pieces there, so it looks good when it's all together. Right now it looks like crap, and being this is my first console I ever made and I used a template for it, I think it's pretty good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. So, you know, it's not some of the best consoles that I'm sure you've seen out there, but I'm just working with what I have. I actually like this console in there. It does the job. I'm not looking for anything extravagant or anything flashy. I mean, you guys know the Caprice is just a normal looking car, and I'm not trying to be too flashy with it, but you know, just trying to keep some nice amenities and some comforts and things like that to make it a little bit nicer when I'm in it, when I'm driving it. So stay tuned. Alright, y'all, about to cut. As you can see the time lapse, so we're gonna see if this fits. Boom! Dropped right in. That is a good sign, and it looks like the holes might line up. Wow, y'all. Looks good. Let me put the cover on. And that's what she'll look like. I don't have a cover for it, but that's okay. Oh, actually, I might have one. I might have a cover I could probably use, but probably won't worry about it. But yeah, man. That's what she will look like. Alright, y'all, so she is pretty much fully installed. That's what it looks like. So the holes for my previous screws actually lined up perfect with these PRVs. So the only thing that I really have to do is I'm just gonna wait for the baffles. So I'll be waiting for those to come in as well. So I got the baffles in, and I got two different ones. They're both the same, however, one's a slim version and one's like just a normal version for 6.5s. I didn't know what they really meant by slim, and the directions on them weren't, or the instructions or the description on it wasn't very clear. So I was thinking hopefully slim would mean like this portion would be slim. Like I wanted it a little bit thinner than this because I figured they'd probably be a little thick to keep in the sound and all that. So however, slim for these actually means like this part. So more kind of like, if you guys know what those shallow mount speakers are, where the magnet's not as big and it's not as tall, they sit a little bit more shallow. That's basically what it means. So these are a little bit more shallower and not as big as this one. Maybe I could put it side by side so you guys can kind of tell. So it's not as tall and just not as round as well. So I just ordered them off Amazon. It looks like DEI makes them. Boom Mat. They're supposed to just improve the sound overall, and that way you don't get any noise coming back from behind the speaker, and it pushes all the sound out. Protects the speaker as well, is what they're talking about up here at least, and keeps it away from moisture. So the reason why I wanted a little bit thinner is because I still have to put that cover on, and I didn't want the cover to stick out too far. So we'll see kind of how it works. All right, y'all, your boy is done with that install of the baffles, and this is what they look like. They're kind of a pain to put in. I think they're a little long, they're a little big for this console. I might not have needed to put those in there, but I thought with these mids, I wanted to get the full effect of the full sound and range out of them, and I thought that not having them kind of enclosed, that and no divider or anything in between them, that they would probably kind of like bounce sound off each other, you know. And I don't know, you know, I'm not a car stereo guru or anything, but I thought by having those baffles in, it would help kind of contain some of the sounds and frequencies and things like that, and not have the sound kind of bounce off each other or anything. So they actually, I think they sound a lot better. I wish I could play music without getting flagged or anything, but yeah, I think they sound a lot better. And those 6x9s that I put in, man, those Infinities, man, those bump. I mean, those in themselves have a fair amount of bass coming out of those 6x9s in the back, but compiled with these, man, oh, far better than the Infinities that I had in there. Let me go ahead and put this up in here so you guys can kind of see what everything looks like. As you can see, also plenty of space for a double din. So man, that might be up next. Stay tuned. All right, y'all, there she goes. She in there. Looking good, looking great. How are you? Man, that thing's looking good. So the only thing that I need to figure out right now is a charging situation. My other tablet was on a charger the whole time, and so I have to figure out how to make this one also be on a charger. Yeah, y'all, she in there. So it's actually looking really good. And then I'll just have to secure these little pieces down, and then we should be set, man. Also too, I didn't get a chance to show you guys, but this is the pod kick panel that's gonna go in my Regal, and hopefully it fits okay. I didn't even test fit it yet, but these are the speakers, again, that I came out of my Caprice in the center console. So these are the ones that I'm thinking about putting in the Regal, and they actually will fit. They will just fit. So right now it looks like that they're off, because they actually are, but I believe the width of these will be exactly perfect to fit in there. However, right here where the screws go in, those little tabs, see how they're wider than the actual rim. What I'll have to do is bend those up, and then that will allow me to fit this right inside of there. So I think I'll be set and I'll be good. I'm happy with it. I spent a little bit more time on it than I wanted to, but now I'm gonna call it on here. But yeah, she in there, she looking good. So you guys know what to do, man. Go ahead and like this video, comment, subscribe, share, man. Do it all, man. Do it all. Stick with me. We got some more content coming, y'all. And in the midst of everything that's going on, I'm still trying to stay steady grinding. All right, deuces, out of here.